Hello everybody, welcome back. If you have not been here before, my name is Debbie and I read a lot of books, and I've noticed I am matching the throw on my sofa today. It's not exactly the same yellow, but it is close enough. Let's get better about the other one. Different shades of yellow everywhere. Anyway, so I gave you the introduction to this. I told you I was doing it. I was going to watch. I keep wanting to call it Dead to Me. It's not dead to me. It is the Confessions series by Alexandra Potter, and it's TV adaptation. Yes. So, if I can get the name of the TV series right, is it Gina Rodriguez who plays Nell, and it's just so different. Not Dead Yet. Not Dead Yet is what it's called. And I've watched all of season 1, which is 13 episodes. So I was there last night thinking, am I going to make it to think? I thought it was 12. And it's like, oh, there's only one more. They're only like 22 minutes long. So yeah, I watched them all yesterday. And I absolutely love what they've done with it. It's different enough that you don't really feel the need to compare it to the books. But if you've read the books, it kind of helps a little bit, because they've still got the core thing going on in regards to Nell. She doesn't have life together. They just kind of reversed it, because obviously in the books it's an English book about a woman who comes home from America after her marriage falls apart and has to pick up the pieces back in London. For the TV series they set it in America, so you see her coming back from London after a relationship that's gone south, and now she's in California and she is writing obituaries, just like Nell in the book. But the big twist, the big thing they have changed from the books, because in the books it was a podcast, it was narrated by Sally Phillips, so I had her in my mind for Nell at that point. So it's different to the image I had in my mind just because of who was narrating it. But it just made it a little bit more diverse, which is nice to see. It's just so good. No, it's going to play. It's going to play. That's not what I'm trying to do. I love the title sequence. It's just so simple. It's like, not married yet, no kids yet, all that sort of stuff, and then it finally settles on the not dead yet. So it was on ABC, it's also on Prime Video. For me, it's on Disney Plus. There you go. In that one, it's got her Googling, do all obituary writers see dead people hydrate with wine? So you just got Nell falling apart. They've just changed little things about it. It says, Nell Serrano, a broken, newly single, self-described disaster, works to restart the life and career she left behind 10 years ago, where she lands the only job she can find, writing obituaries, where she starts getting life advice from an unlikely source. For the book, they'll probably think that that's cricket. For the TV show, it's the fact that she can hear dead people. They replaced the podcast with Nell being able to see the people that she's writing about, and it did make for a very nice moment in the first episode where it was just like, that's Martin Mull. For those who don't know who Martin Mull is, he has passed away now, but he was Mr. Kraft on Sabrina the Teenage Witch. So I grew up with Martin Mull. He was also in the Cluedo movie, Clue, with Tim Curry. He's done so much, but the first thing my brain went to when I saw that first episode was, it's Mr. Kraft from Sabrina the Teenage Witch. So, yeah. You've got Gina Rodriguez as Nell. You've got Hannah Simone as Sam, the best friend. You've got Rick Glassman as Edward, who is the roommate / potential love interest. And then you've got Lauren Ash as Lexi, who is their boss and Sam's friend. So yeah, it's interesting seeing like the different dynamics with people. Like there's a whole episode dedicated to Lexi as the boss trying to get that friendship back with Sam, and Sam's just there going, look, we have different friendships, Sam and Lexi, Sam and Nell. It's a completely different type of friendship. So Lexi doesn't have to try so hard, but Lexi's still trying to work hard. Yeah, and then you've just got it. The fact that she can see ghosts is a great opportunity to bring in so many people that you know as the ghosts. Like Brittany Snow is in an episode as a dead girl called Piper, who is actually Nell's bully. They've kind of aged it down. It feels like they've aged it down a little bit, because in the book obviously it's Confessions of a 40-something fuck-up, but for the show they've kind of aged it down a little bit, so she's more like mid to late 30s rather than in her 40s. The kids thing isn't really that much on her mind at this point, even though every single person in her life has kids. Well, actually, in the books, Edward has adult kids. In the TV show, Edward does not have any kids. Yeah, they've just aged it down a bit. Probably just to make it a bit more... I mean, it would be great to have a show like that for an older audience, but I think they were just trying to bring in a wider audience by just bringing the age down a little bit. It's also showing me something called Not Dead. See, there's so many variations on a title with like dead in it. It was nice to see though that Alexandra Potter is actually a producer on it, and it does credit the whole fact that it's based on Confessions in the opening credits. And to be honest, when I got the message from Alexandra Potter, because she actually reached out after seeing my review of the second book, because she first reached out to me and said that she got a Google alert. She watched the review of the novel More Confessions, and she thanked me so much for posting a lovely review, and that she was glad that I enjoyed part 2 of Nell's story. I sent back a lovely gushing message just saying how wonderful I thought she was and how I loved what she did about Nell's storyline about wanting children and all that, and how she wrapped it up for Nell in book 2. And then I said that I'm looking forward to reading the other books and also watching the show. And she said, thanks Debbie, yes, the TV series is indeed based on my book. It's quite different but a lot of fun, and it was great flying out to LA to the studios and watching them film. Best wishes, Alexandra. So that was just a lovely little exchange that I had with Alexandra Potter on Instagram of all places, because she got a Google alert and watched the second video that I made. But yeah, like the main thing is that obviously they've taken Nell, they've made her younger, but ultimately the main story is there. She left a relationship somewhere else, she's come to restart her life, she's got the roommate, Edward, and she is trying to restart writing obituaries. The first obituary she has to write, as in the book and in the TV series, is Cricket's husband. But you don't find that out until the end of the first episode. So if you haven't watched the first episode, yeah, but for people who've read the book, it's a nice tie-in to find out at the end of the episode that it's writing the obituary that brings her to Cricket, which in a way is kind of, it's perfect because it explains the stories for both, but just in a different way, because obviously in the book, like, she's told about this playwright husband that she needs to write a obituary for, and she goes and interviews Nell to get that, whereas in the TV series, the ghost pops up to give the life story and for her to write the obituary, and then the ghost takes her to the restaurant, which then leads her to meeting Cricket. So it's the ghost that takes her to Cricket rather than her just showing up at Cricket's door saying, I'm going to write an obituary of your husband, and can I just get some information from you? But as in the book, it leads on to a beautiful friendship between what is a fairly young woman and an older woman, and even in the TV series that friendship is just so wonderful. I love it so much. Just Nell and Cricket together. What is my favourite episode of series 1, would I say? I think it's the Food and Wine Festival episode. What episode was that? I want to say it was like episode 7 or something. That might be not Friends yet, so it might be in episode 8. But the episode where they have the Food and Wine Festival is a pretty funny episode. Especially when they're just like, oh, we can't be bothered to organise this anymore because the boss has given them this thing. She's let rip, and she's just like, I don't care anymore. And so they get drunk at this Food and Wine Festival that they've organised, and there's a shot of them stealing hot dogs in the background. Well, is it Nell that distracts them? I can't remember, but I think they've got a couple of them in the background stealing the hot dogs. Just like the whole tray, like the whole metal barbecue tray. Yeah, it's a really, really funny episode. I think back on it, just like, yeah, I absolutely love this episode. It is just so funny. It is also looking at the friendships that she has, not just with Cricket. It's also looking at her friendship coming back and how that friendship feels like it's slightly changed because she was away for so long. But yeah, essentially, they've just replaced the podcast with dead people. That is basically what they've done, but it would be so much fun to go into season 2 and see what they've done there, because obviously it's a slightly different relationship with Edward, and the character of Edward is quite different as well, because obviously he's not, obviously because they've made it younger, you haven't got this older Edward with grown-up kids. But yeah, it's changed that dynamic between Nell and Edward. And actually at the end of the first season you see the ex come back, and so you've got a bit of dramatic tension happening there as well, so you're seeing how that goes into season 2. But yeah, I am loving it. It is so funny. I feel like they've made enough changes for it to still be honouring what Alexandra Potter did with Confessions, while also popping on a nice little twist so that you don't really feel the need to compare them. But obviously I am. Yeah, no, I'm just really enjoying it. I'm gutted that it got cancelled. I might see why in season 2, because apparently the ratings just dropped in season 2, so we'll see what happens. But my mum absolutely loved it, and she was just like, you need to watch this show, and I watched a couple of episodes with her, and that was when I realised, oh wait, it says based on Confessions by Alexandra Potter in the corner in the opening credits, and you're just like, how did I not know? But yeah, I'm really enjoying season 1. I'm really looking forward to season 2. I need to go to put some pasta on for my dinner because it's 4:05 right now, and I'm going to be leaving the house at 5:15. Anyway, I'm not dead yet. Season 1 and the comparison to the Confession series, specifically book 1, and we'll see how much of season 2 is adapted from the second book. But the second book really did focus on the fact that Edward had grown-up children and the relationship with Edward, and whether she was happy being a stepmother rather than having biological kids. That was where the second book really focused. So, like, even though she had the relationship, she still didn't have everything together. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how season 2 goes down. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. And I'm off to put some pasta on the hob. And what was that? Oh, just telling me that I'm doing well in my exercise. I'm just under 7,000 steps today. So yeah. Anyway, thank you, and I will see you next time. Stay safe. Bye.